So the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to have your mask on before you enter the church. And then you'll come up to the door that takes us into the education building and you get your temperature read. Pretty simple. They check, we make sure that your temperature is not too high and that you're okay to go. And we'll just ask, how are you feeling today? If you're feeling well, great. And then you can just walk on in to Sunday school. The door will be paced open, so you don't need to worry about that. So after you enter into the education building, you'll come to the stairwell, unless you're a very small child, at which point you'll just head down the hall to the pre-K Sunday school class. And so as you go upstairs, you'll notice the doors will be open so you don't have to touch them. It's not a problem with the fire marshal as long as we're using it, and they can be easily closed. So this will help prevent one more thing to pass the contamination along if anybody happens to have COVID-19. So you'll head upstairs and we'll show you what happens there. So for most of us, we'll come upstairs to the second floor, and at that point, we'll enter the classroom where there will be a class to meet, and the doors will be propped open for you at that point. You'll enter the room, and you'll pick a seat where there's nobody sitting, of course, and have a seat. And then you can check your distance with another student. So when you're seated, reach your arm out, you want to make sure you're not able to touch the person who is closest to you. And you can check both sides, and if at that point you're 6 feet away, which is pretty much 2 arm lengths and a little bit more, you can take your mask off. Now if the class is more crowded than that and you're not able to do that, then you'll keep your mask on the whole time. One of the things, just as a reminder, especially for the high school class, because it spans a number of years, you can have a couple students from the same household, and in that case, they're able to sit next to each other. In an adult class, same thing. If you're from the same household, you can sit next to each other to create space in between households so that there's social distancing, so that if there's not too many people in the class, you can have that and be able to remove the mask that you're wearing. And that's pretty much all it's going to take for Sunday school. So you may have to wear your mask the whole time. Probably with teachers, they'll end up wearing the mask the whole time, especially in the younger kids' classes as they move around. In the adult classes, that may be possible to have more space and less people, which would enable them to take their mask off and then participate in the classroom without a mask. Of course, you're not required to take your mask off. You can leave it on. Our hope is that you will join us for Sunday school when you're ready and you feel comfortable in coming. But we do require that you wear a mask for the time you're coming in and you're going out, and possibly during the time of class, depending on how many students are there. But we want to thank you for watching this very simple and short video. Be sure, again, if you haven't watched the video on reopening worship, that goes through in more detail about the step-by-step kind of thing of social distancing and wearing masks and participating in worship. Thank you again.